Good evening, everyone. It's Shelley Johns here from Gympie. I'm a member with Herbalife Nutrition. So I've been a member since 1991, so that's a very long time. But I absolutely love what I do every single day. I love the results I've achieved, what I'm able to do in my community, and I love being part of this amazing family where we all work together and grow together. So tonight's all about the marketing plan. We did part one last week. So if you watch the recording, I suggest you get your hands on that. So this is all the different ways to go supervisor, and there's some really interesting ones, and it's good, especially if you're a business builder and you're trying to build a royalty income, you need to know all the different ways. So before we get into that, I thought I would go through some good news. So I've got lots of different people on the call tonight, and these three particular ladies that we're going to hear from have all been in the business for over 20 years each, I'm pretty sure. Would that be correct?
Yep.
How exciting is that? And they are still probably more passionate today than they were when they first started. Would that be right in saying that?
Absolutely.
So let's start off with Irene, who used to live in Sydney, and they've moved to the Sunshine Coast. So tell us your good news for this week.
Well, as you all are aware from the Facebook, Conrad has been not very well, and I've been spending a lot of time looking after him and driving him here, there, and everywhere. You know, Herbalife is amazing. Even with all that going on, with the online system that's now available, retail customers just bought online, didn't know them, immediately ran for follow-up, and as well as, of course, older clients continue to buy, and that's the joy of Herbalife. They become friends. And it's such a privilege to be able to help people achieve their goals. So I was very happy about that, and I thought, isn't it an amazing company?
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that. That's very exciting. So thanks, Irene. We have Jan McMahon from the Gold Coast. So Jan, what's your good news for the week?
Okay, it was a bit exciting. I had a lead, so got that lady on the products, and she's got started feeling really, really good. And because I gave her one of the product information guides, she's been reading through that, and now she also wants to try the skincare, which is probably next week when she calls in. So that's pretty exciting. The other one was through talking. A gentleman, he's 84, not well at the moment, so I got him on basic cell nutrition just to get started, and he's feeling good. The other lady is a repeat customer, the one who's been buying the NRGs, the one who got lost the first lot of products through the mail, and this is the fourth lot of NRGs that she's bought, and she's bought it for the family as well, so 4 lots of NRGs each order. And each order I've given her a bonus product. I don't believe in sort of discounting or anything. She will get signed up a bit later on because we did discuss that. But I gave her an aloe gel, then I gave her a body wash one time. And today I gave her actually, apart from the hand and body lotion, because she did buy 4 NRGs, of course, and I think it warranted it for being a loyal customer. But I also put in a can some Formula One in a Formula One can, enough for several days, because she gets up at like 3:30 in the morning. She works for the post office, working really long hours. Her mother, who picked up the products, I said, get Samantha on this because she works long hours. She really needs the nutrition. So I'm hoping for good results from just the sample of the Formula One.
Excellent. That's fantastic. Thank you, Jan. Yeah, well, this is a busy time of the year too, with Christmas coming, summer. People are really thinking about their health and their results right now. So we want to let them know that we exist. Rosemary, you live in Brisbane, and what was your good news for the week?
Mine's nowhere near as exciting as Jan's. And
I don't often get that.
But I am excited because I do keep in touch with a good many of my customers, you know, throughout the week, and get in touch here and there. And I am always talking, if I go shopping, and I always wear some sort of a button. If there's an opportunity of any kind, I will always, you know, and talk about, you know, what I do and invite them to get on products. So, but sometimes that's successful, sometimes it's not, but it never bothers me because I always feel that it's important for me to exercise the knowledge that I have with regards to Herbalife and the passion that I feel with regards to products, that I share that, but not cause people to feel like, oh my God, here she comes again. But I am excited because when I do talk to my different people, I encourage them to perhaps try different products, and I must admit, you know how you look on BizWorks, and I looked at it I think it was last week, and I went, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe what volume was being done. Due to that, to be honest. So, but I am always, I'm out there talking, and I was talking to one of my customers. She's got some issue with her health. So she said, you know how people, when they get a bit reluctant, they've been on products and then they go off it, and then, they want to be sure that, the doctor's okay about stuff. And all I did with her, I sent her my story. I emailed it to her so that she could read it, knowing that I've been on the products for 25 years and, the health benefits that I have had, even though we're not meant to mention, certain things. We know that, my fitness is due to Herbalife. I know that, and no one can deny that. And I was with another customer as well, come to think of it, on Monday, and she was querying a lot of products. She'd been on it probably longer than me. And I went through every product with her and said, this is what this one does and this one. Yes, keep taking them all, because look at you. She's in her mid-60s, looks fabulous, and her daughters are on the products. So these are the reasons why I feel, how could you ever walk away from Herbalife when you know in your heart what these products are doing for yourself and your family and your friends and those you've introduced Herbalife to. So, me, I love what I do.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you, Rosemary. Yes, well, I love all the passion that all three of you have shared tonight. So thank you for sharing. And I mean, between you, you've probably got like over 70 years experience or more, probably. How cool is that? So just some good news from me. I think I've got 4 or 5 new clients this month, which is really cool. So one has been coming to Fit Club for a few weeks, and she's comes on Wednesday nights. Her name's Brooke, and she's moved down from Bundaberg, and then messaged me on Facebook, started coming along, and she loves the shakes, and she always does the dishes at the end, which is really lovely. I like those helpers. It's always an indication of the type of person that you want as a client or a member when they start helping without being asked. So she got started today. We met up with her, and she's starting on a Formula One, so baby steps, but that's okay. Heidi was a referral. So one of my old VIPs who dropped out, she's just got restarted on the product, so she bought an advanced program, and she knows Heidi, who lives, she's got a shop in the arcade of where I am, and went down and saw her, and she's got a lot of weight to lose, but we're looking forward to helping her. So she just put the money in my account this morning. She messaged when I was doing Fit Club this morning. Had a couple of old VIPs come back as well and start ordering, and an old client, and also an old Fit Club member came and ordered some products, and Rowena, and also I've got someone starting on a trial pack this week too. So I thought that was really cool, and today I went and saw a beauty therapist that I know, and I gave her a sample of the herbal aloe, and she said, oh, someone was just talking to me about, I was told my villi is not very good and healthy. I said, well, I said, this is because I said, oh, this is really great for your villi. She goes, it's funny you should say that. And she's so good because, of course, she's doing, she's really out there, and she's talking to people. So she's got this awesome client for me called Donna, who's getting amazing results, who has a shop in Mary Street. And now there's another lady who was at the bottle shop in town as well, so I'm going to see her tomorrow. So yeah, I'll try and give her samples every time I see her, and then she's obviously giving referrals. So she hasn't signed up yet. I don't think she gets that she could do really well with this, but that's okay, baby steps. And also my new VIP in Brisbane, he came from the Hayter Clinic, where I do the nutrition class at the rehab centre, and he contacted me 12 months after, and he's I got started on the products, the H24, getting excellent results. I was like 5 kilos in a month. and he upgraded to senior consultant. So he's just doing it for the higher discount at the moment, but he's just helped him book his ticket to the STS. So that's really cool. So I will be there in December, everyone.
Good,
I know I've been a little bit low key, but you know, that's okay. I was just building up, and also obviously because I only have the girls 1 week on, 1 week off, that time's really precious with them. So I've just had to make a few decisions this year on where my priorities were and that, but that's okay. It's all starting to settle down, and I'm you know, really looking forward to building on top of that. So that's my good news for the week, and there's so much more. This is a really exciting time of the year, right? With people they're almost like they're looking for Herbalife.
Yep.
So most of these people on the call are building a royalty income or want to build a royalty income. So I'm sure, Linda, you would love to have you know, $10,000-$20,000 a month coming in every single month, whether you get out of bed or not. Would that be correct?
Absolutely, and the only way I'm going ahead with that is a market stall in a couple of weeks. So I'm actually not going to the Sydney, the last STS for the year. I've made a decision that I think business is important too. So I'm with a bit of Steve's help with some product, with some banners and stuff he's kind of given me, and Jill, we're going to head out there for all day on the 15th.
Yeah. I think, you know, there's a balance in, especially if you've got to travel 3 or 4 hours to a STS. I get that sometimes you have to balance things in and make those choices. And when you go, these are the ones that I'm committed to doing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've got family and lots of other things too. So you have to work out what's best for you. So that's no problems at all. Okay, so let's get into this presentation. So again, this is part 2. So this is one that I spent a lot of time with Gary working on this presentation. So it was really great spending that time with him before he passed away. The way that he spoke about things, you know, and just presented this. So it was great, you know, learning some of his terminology for it. So let me just try and find an arrow. There it is. Okay, so becoming a supervisor. You can either accumulate 4,000 volume points in 1 month, 4,000 volume points in 2 months, or the 3 to 12 month method, which is fairly new, which is fine. And probably a lot of people that start off as clients may opt to do this one, but definitely if you're a business builder, this is the best way to do it. So I know I did it over 2 months. So for me, I got registered in February. Had absolutely no idea what I was doing. Everything went over my head. Took me a few months, probably 6 months to find my feet. Worked on my result, and then about 12 months later I went, oh, I get it, I need to go supervisor. And so I did 4,000, well, it's actually 5,000 at that stage, but they've changed to 4, so it's even easier over a 2-month period, and I retailed and wholesaled that. So, and I probably had some people that were registered underneath me using their volume too. So that's how I went supervisor. Irene, how did you go supervisor?
Well, when we decided to do this as a business, Mom looked at the marketing plan and said, why would I work for $25 an hour when I can work at $50 an hour? That's what he saw. And so at that time, you were allowed to buy your 4,000 volume points. And we did that because we were all using the products, children as well as ourselves. And so we figured that regardless of what would happen, we would just get super healthy, or we would survive, and we did. You know, and that's why we became supervisor on the 4,000 volume points.
Yeah, so, and I will go through a little bit on that, on what we can do in that 1 month qualification. Jen, how did you go supervisor?
Initially, I got 1,000 volume points at the 42% discount, and during that month, I obviously turned it over. And what I decided to do was add more volume by the end of the month, and I did like the 4,000 in the 1 month, but I didn't do it on one order. It was several orders.
Oh, that's great way to mention that. So you don't have to do one order, you can do it in several orders. That's really cool. What about you, Rosemary?
For me, it was in the 1 month, and I shared the volume with my best friend, who actually invited me to come to a meeting at Coronation Drive, and there was Mark Hughes was coming to Brisbane, and that was so important to be a supervisor at that point in time. So yeah, I spoke to my husband and I said, can I do this? Because, you know, I had to do it on Visa card. And yes, and truly I think in that first 10 days I made in profit, I remember $800 odd. Yeah, just, you know, with the help of my upline.
So you
And
were
we never had.
supervisor in a line. Did you guys?
What, sorry?
Did you do supervisor in a line then? Is that right, Rosemary?
Yeah, so Loretta and myself, so she invited me to the meeting, and then we did the 2,500 each.
Awesome.
And we went to supervisor in that first month that I came into the business. I saw it personally for myself straight away. I saw it. I just went, wow, where has this been? Surely.
Fantastic. So thank you for sharing that. And Lindy, how did you go supervisor?
I did 3 to 12 months, but I was one of these people who'd go to meetings, sit with my arms folded at the back of the room and just suss out what everyone was doing, because they're all so happy and getting up and jumping. I thought they're on more than the products that they were showing. So I was very dubious. So then obviously, as you're purchasing products, because for me, I had a lot of weight to lose. So I was looking at the products going, well, I've got a lot of products to buy, so why would I do it at a bit like Con, I suppose, at 25% when I could get 50? So I just went from there. But I did do it over the 3 to 12 months, just working around the kids at home. That was what was easiest for me at that time.
Cool. So how cool is that? All the different ways are covered here with just with us. And so it shows that it doesn't matter how you get there, long as you aim to get to supervisor, because it's absolutely the best place to be. Supervisor never miss out on money. So it doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, you will get there, but have it as a goal. So I just wanted to show this is for people that are wanting to do it over the 3 to 12 months. So some people start off as clients, become members, and this is a good way to let them know. So Kath next door, my lovely neighbour, I've actually been showing how much volume she's up to, because I know she's getting to that point where what she does, I think she's done 385 volume points again this month. So she loves the products, and such a generous, kind person. And I want to let her know that she could do this if she wanted to. So I have shown her that this is an option. So you don't have to do it, but if you want to. So for example, this is example number 1. Someone does 1,000 volume points. Of course, if they do that in February, then they might have done that in one order and got it at 42% as a success builder order. Or they could have done it in several orders like Jan was talking about. Either way is fine to accumulate that 1,000. Obviously, if you're doing it order by order, it means that you might be just doing it 25%, whereas getting it at 1,000 at 42% is a really smart business decision, especially if you're doing a business launch or a stake party. Then in March, you do 1,500 volume points, which gives you a total of 2.5. So this is going to put you at qualified producer, as you can see. Because there's a combination here at permanent 42% while you're on your way to 50. And then in April, you do another 1,500 volume points as well, which really puts you through to supervisor on the 1st of May, which is really cool. So here's another way of doing it. In February, you might have done 500 volume points. That might have been a couple of orders, or maybe you did the whole 500 volume points to get yourself at 35%. Then in March, you do 1,000 volume points, which you'll get at 42% if you did it in one order, or again, it could be accumulated. So there's 1,500 volume points. Then in April, you do another 1,500. This is going to help you qualify for qualified producer. So therefore, you'll be at permanent 42% on your way to supervisor. And then in May, so this is a 4-month qualification, you do your rest of your volume to get to your 50%. So that's your 4,000 accumulated. So it might be 4,000 plus, okay? It doesn't have to be exactly 4. 500 in, this is another way, it's just to show you that if you skip a month that it's not a problem. So 500 in February might have been a senior consultant order, then 1,500 in March. And then they didn't do anything in April. It doesn't matter because the volume is still accumulating, remember, over 3 to 12 months. Then in May, you do 1,000 volume points. That might have been a success builder order. And then in June, you do another 1,000. So it's okay if you're looking in BizWorks and seeing that there's a couple of zeros here, as long as they've added up to 4,000 over that 3 to 12 months, they can still make it to 50%. So that's really cool. And this is just another way of doing a 500, then 500, 1,000. That might have been a success builder order, then 2,000 in May, because obviously they've been building up momentum. So it really doesn't matter how you do it, as long as you do it over that 3 to 12 months. Okay. And this gives you your 50%. So what happens is you're usually a temporary supervisor until the end of the month. So just say if I was brand new and I'd done my 4,000 accumulated today, which is the 26th, on the 1st of December, I'll be a fully qualified supervisor at 50%. Though with the system these days, the computer system tends to update it fairly quickly. Sometimes it'll happen earlier. Okay. So, also, most importantly, you can actually use 2,000 volume points of your team that aren't supervisors who are underneath you. Long as you do 2,000 personally purchased under your ID number, you can use another 2,000 of your teams to make up that 4, which makes it even easier. So this is why it's great to sponsor people and have them doing their orders, because all of that can help towards your qualification. So that's really, really exciting.
Sorry, can you say that again, Shelley? So
long as you do 2,000 volume points personally purchased under your ID number,
yep,
you can use up to 2,000 volume points of your team that aren't supervisors to help you go. So
thank you. This is why I sat at the back of the room with my arms crossed. It takes me a bit sometimes.
No, that's okay. Took me a long time to understand the marketing plan. Long time.
Thank you.
The computer does it all, which is really wonderful.
True.
So I'm not doing it, so you're lucky there. Okay, so let's just give an example of how to go supervisor over 3 months with the accumulated method of how this might pan out. So I've lost my arrow again. Where did it go? Is it white on white? So it makes it hard to see. Okay, so this is the month 1. So you would order enough products. So this is someone that maybe is doing a business launch or has a shake party, and they've decided to do their 1,000 volume points at 42%. So it's enough product for your own use and 5 clients. So you hold your business launch or shake party and you're putting your 90-day plan into action. So your first month of your 90-day plan is your setup stage. So this is where you're getting everything organized. It probably feels like you're putting in a lot of effort in. Sometimes you're not getting a lot back, but that's just how it goes. You've just got to have that faith and be super consistent every single day. Okay, so when we go into month 2, so you've got 1,000 volume points so far in month 1. Second month. So you're doing enough orders to do your own personal product use, plus you've got your 5 clients that have reordered and your 5 new clients. So you've got 5 new clients and 5 reorders, and you might have upgraded on some other products as well, or maybe decided to use some skins. So this time you're going to do 1,500 volume points in your second month. So this is accumulated now 1,000 plus 1,500, puts you at 2,500 volume points. So that'll get you to permanent 42% discount, which is your qualified producer. And you're still doing your 90-day plan consistently. And so your second month is your building stage. So this is where you'll feel a little bit more momentum building. So this is 90 days of consistency. So not stopping and starting and being in the business 90 days is very different to doing a 90-day plan, just as long as you know that. Okay, so let's go for month 3. Third month. So you're starting to build some momentum now. You're still using your products yourself to get your own result. You've probably added in some more products to try because you've gone to training, so you know more about them. You've got 10 retail clients plus 5 brand new ones, so that's 15 clients now in total, which is fantastic. You've accumulated 2,500 volume points over the month. So the first 1,500 volume points of this is going to be at 42%, and the last 1,000 is going to be at temporary 50%. So if you're not sure about this and you need to place an order, you can always call Herbalife. They're happy to clarify this for you and confirm it, which is cool. And of course, you're in your third month of your 90-day plan, which is the reaping stage. And this is where you reap the rewards of what you started in day 1, okay? Day 1 of consistent action. So if you're doing a part-time 90-day plan, just say, for example, you're working 4 days a week in Herbalife, then that's not 4 days a week for your 90-day plan. If you're doing 7 days, that's fine, but I'd recommend that you at least have 1 day off just to give yourself some balance and time to reflect and check gauges and do personal development, that kind of thing, family time to balance. So this is your 3 months. Month 1 is 1,000, second month is 1,500, which gets you to qualified producer, and your third month you do 2,500 volume points, which well and truly gets you to supervisor. So you've actually accumulated over the 3 months 5,000 volume points. So you're well and truly over that. Remember, you can use up to 2,000 volume points of your team that aren't supervisors, and then you're at 50% profit at the end of month 3 with a client base approaching 20 and a part-time income of between $1,500 and $3,000 a month based on Ultimate programs. But of course, it can be made up of any products at all. It doesn't have to be the Ultimate program. So most of my clients go from Ultimate right through to bits and pieces and targeted products. It really doesn't matter as long as they're happy and they're enjoying it, just like Jan's got a product lover on the NRGs. So becoming supervisor in 1 month. So this is what we've just talked about, that Irene and Con did and Jan did as well. So in 1 month, you accumulate 4,000 volume points total in 1 calendar month. So it has to be from the 1st to the 30th or the 1st to the 31st of each month. And you need to do 1,000 volume points unencumbered, which means 1,000 is purchased under your ID number, and then the rest of the volume points can be made up from your team members. So that may be at 25%, 35%, and 42%. So working their way through too. So this is something Irene was talking about. A new member may only personally purchase a maximum of 1,100 volume points in their very first order. So they can still do a success builder order. And the reason why we don't encourage people to do 4,000 volume points straight off the bat is because, one, we want to make sure that they love the products, that, you know, they're very sure about what they're doing, and we're getting them off to the best start possible. So it's protecting them, but it's also protecting us as well. We want people not just to be in it for the money, we want them to be emotionally attached to the products as well. So once that time has, I think it's up the first 10 days, then you can purchase the 3,999 volume points in your first 10 days. Okay, which means after 10 days, they can have a result by then, and then they can finish their supervisor qualification. I know it sounds a little bit complicated, but it's really just there. Like, 10 days goes so fast when someone first gets started. If you really concentrate on their product result and doing follow-up and teaching about the products and making sure they absolutely love it, then after 10 days you can talk, if they're serious about going supervisor in the first month, then you can talk about that, okay? So, Jan, did you have anything else to add to that?
That's fine, Dom. Yep, excellent.
Okay, so this is a line of 2 supervisors. This is exactly how Rosemary went supervisor. So this is really cool. It's like we've got, I should have changed the names and put your name on here with your sponsor. So this is what Rosemary did. Okay, so she did, this is in 1 month, a team of 2 supervisors. So this has been such a fantastic way of going supervisor if you don't know about it. The buddying method and the team method, because it helps both of you go supervisor in half the volume and all in the same month. So
Shelley, sorry to interrupt you, but how many people, what's the most amount of people you can have in a line?
The record, I think, is 32.
Holy moly. Okay, so more than 2.
It's best that they all know each other. It shouldn't be strangers and stuff. So it was like a family and things like, look, 32 is that typical? No. Is it possible? Yes. So I would say lines of 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 are probably more common, but long as everyone knows each other, that's really, really important. You're not just stacking people underneath each other. They really need to be that person found that person who found that person.
Yeah.
So I can see at the moment, for example, at Fit Club, I've got Jackie and Nikki, and then Jackie's sister Belinda, and then I'm about to meet their mum who's studying nutrition at the moment. So I know there could be a line of 4 there, or at least a line of 3, but they're all related to each other, so that makes it easy. So there's still baby steps, of course, for them, but I'm always thinking up.
Yeah, I don't think I'd have 32, but it was just a question. Yes, 2, 3, 5, 10, and of course the more people in the line, the less volume they're doing, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So this is how it works. Let's say Alison did 2,500 volume points and Peter did 2.5. So they're doing equal. It doesn't have to be that way. Maybe it might have been Alison doing 1,000 and he's done 4,000. As long as it adds up to 5,000 volume points between both of them in 1 month with 1,000 unencumbered, which means Alison at least has to do 1,000 volume points under her own ID number. This is really important. And as long as there's 5,000 between them in that 1 month, they're sponsored underneath each other, they will both become supervisor on the 1st of the next month. Now, there is some paperwork to do, and the paperwork shows, I'll just show you how it looks. This is how the supervisor application works. Sorry, I've gone too far. No, that's okay. So this is how the supervisor application will look. 1,000 unencumbered at the top, 4,000 on the bottom, total of 5. That's how it'll show, but it could be placed differently, okay? So this is a great way of people getting to supervisor quicker, sharing the volume. So it's a really, really smart way of going supervisor. Okay, so this is 1 month qualification, a line of 3, just to show Lindy, just so you can see the difference. We've got Alison, Peter, and Wendy. So let's just say they've all divided it, but again, Alison might have done 1,000, and Peter might have done 3,000 and Wendy might have done 2 or however it might be, as long as it adds up to 6,000 volume points between them. So basically for every person you add an extra 1,000 volume points. So it's always 4,000 at the bottom, then 1, no matter how deep it goes. There's always 4,000 on the bottom and working it that way. And this
So what form is it that you complete to do a line?
You should be able to download it on myherbalife.com, but if you can't find it, if you just call Herbalife, they'll email it out to you.
Okay.
So when we used to have the old-fashioned book, I think, I don't know if it's still in the career manual, but you just photocopy it, fill it out, send it in. But you can sit, obviously Irene and Con would be more than happy to go through and with your paperwork when you're doing your lines of supervisors soon, Lindy.
Well, you never know. I've got the market in a couple of weeks. You never know.
No, you never know who you're going to find.
But what they say, don't ever ask a question you don't know the answer to, but I've got to know the answers before I go. So
Yes, so, it's good to know. And again, as long as there's 1,000 unencumbered with each person, this is what it shows like this, under their own ID number, and it equals, 4,000 plus 1 plus 1, there's 6,000 in total. The whole 3 will go supervisor in 1 month. So that's really, really exciting. But it doesn't stop there. There's another way of becoming a supervisor in 2. So this is the 2 months, which I did. So I did, it was 5,000 at that time, but it's 4,000 now, so it's even easier. Over 2 months, in 2 consecutive months, with 1,000 unencumbered in each month. So if I did 1,000 in 1 month and then 3,000 the next, I'd still go supervisor, as long as there's at least 1,000 unencumbered under my ID number in each of those months. And if it totals 4,000, I become a supervisor. Okay, and the rules still apply here for purchasing 1,100 volume points maximum in the first order, and then they can do 3,999 in their first 10 days. But this has to be a serious business builder, and you need to make sure they're locked into the products before you go ahead with that. But I would just get in touch with your mentor and sponsor so they can help you when you've got someone that's really serious like that, and make sure they're locked into the products. Okay, so this is how you do, this is a really exciting method. I know this is Jennifer's favourite one, where you do a buddy system. So it's a team of 2 or more people, and you do it over a 2-month period. So it's actually quite a comfortable way of doing it, especially if you're helping them get referrals and going through their centre of influence, doing shake parties and a business launch, all these sort of things. This is very achievable. So let me show you how it works. So Bruce and Mary. In June, they do 1,000 volume points each. So that could be a success builder order, or again, it could be order by order. Either way is fine, as long as they're doing that 1,000 unencumbered. Then in July, Bruce does 2,000 and Mary does another 1,000. So you've got 2,000 in June and 3,000 in July. So over 2 months, that equals 5,000 volume points. So a lot of people aren't aware of this one, and this is because it's over a 2-month period. So basically, a supervisor application that you put in shows 4,000 on the bottom, 1,000 unencumbered at the top. So that's the application, but how the volume is placed, as long as there's 1,000 unencumbered in each of these months for each person, and then they're doing a total of 5,000 volume points, they will both go supervisor. So June, July, so 1st of August, they'll be a fully qualified supervisor at 50%. So how cool is that? Like, just so much less volume to go supervisor. And a lot of people don't know about this one. So this is the one that you want to share with people. And this is why we record these two, so that you can sit and go through it with someone and show them how to do it. So obviously you can keep adding people. So Lindy, imagine how many people you could add onto this line of people, someone that knows someone.
I'm just wondering how far up Con Irene are going to be if I get 32.
There's no limit to how deep or how wide we go.
Yes.
No, I think that's the most exciting thing.
So let's just have a look at this one. So I've got Jack, Jill and Noddy. This is January and February. So Jack does 1,000 in January, Jill does 1,000 and Noddy does 1,000. So there's 3,000 in 1 month, as long as there's that 1,000 unencumbered. So it doesn't matter if they do more volume, that's okay too. Then in February, they do 1,000 unencumbered, so it's 3,000 in January, 3,000 in February. So this is how the total looks. Supervisor application will show 4,000 on the bottom and 1,000 each unencumbered. So long as there's a total of 6,000, those 3 people over 2 months will become fully qualified supervisors on the 1st of March. So that's pretty exciting. So it's definitely, and of course you can go 4, 5, 6 levels deep, and obviously the total volume, but as long as they're doing that 1,000 unencumbered, that's the most important thing. So Jan or Irene, did you have anything to add to that?
No, you've done that really well. But nice and simple.
Cool. So this is something that you really need to know about, because as you start getting business builders and everything's moving, let people know about it. Doesn't matter if they don't do it, but at least you've told them and they have that option to make the choice of how quickly they want to go. So I think it's great because it actually encourages you to go through and look for referrals and do that as well. So what is our job as a wellness coach? So number 1, we need to use the nutrition range to get an amazing level 10 result. So level 10 is whatever that is for you. So it might be more energy, you need to improve your skin, your immune system, stress, losing some weight, putting on muscle, gaining weight, just better health overall, healthy aging. So it's level 10 is different for every single person, but you want to encourage people to always be moving forward. And it's not like we're never happy with ourselves, because yes, we're still proud of what we've already achieved, but why not continue to improve and work if you can, if that's what we're designed and we're here for, to do, to see how far we can go and be the best we can be. Why not do that? And being on Herbalife, you have so much more energy and confidence to be able to go as far as you want to, basically. You want to develop at least 5 brand new clients every single month, and the reason you do this one is it's exciting helping people. It gives you it's satisfying. You get brand new results, so you got all these results to share, which is really inspiring to everybody else, and gives you a brand new center of influence to tap into, and obviously gives you a great retail income, so it's a great daily cash flow. So have a goal of at least getting 5 new clients every single month, and then you're basically helping them with their results, and then developing referrals, upgrading them, and doing all those sort of things. Have a goal of doing 2 to 4 coaches every single month. So some of these will be like VIP clients, people that are going for the discount, but they're going to upgrade. So it's very interesting. I looked at Shane, who ordered his 500 volume points last month, and he's already reordered 170 volume points this month because he upgraded, added in RoseGuard and NRG and a few other things. And I'm excited about him going to the STS. So remember, they get a free ticket to come to the STS in the first 90 days, because he's going to learn even more about the products and get inspired, and he might even see the business opportunity. So you want to keep sharing with your VIPs, but also business builders, and showing them how to get to supervisor in 1 month or 2 months in the buddy system or accumulation. You need to show them how to do that. You want to keep looking after your clients. So you've heard Rosemary and Jan and Irene talk about this. They've got clients probably been on the products for 15, 20 years. And this is because they stay in touch with them. And it's very easy to not stay in touch. Easy to do, easy not to do. So these are simple things. If you just keep it simple and just stay in touch and build those relationships, pick up the phone and call, go and see them face to face if you can. Whatever you can do to maintain that relationship, you will get long-term people. So that follow-up is really important. And I know we've got people in here that are the masters of follow-up. And if you're into Facebook, now not everyone's on Facebook, which is fine. So especially if they're not on Facebook, make sure you're giving them that extra support that they need. But even on the Facebook groups, give plenty of content as well. So I've got the Healthy Active Lifestyle group, and you're more than welcome to jump on that one. And it's got the results and recipes and different things on there. It's a great one to plug your clients into if you don't have one. And then you want to expose your clients and coaches to the Herbalife opportunity and training. So always promoting what's coming up next, whether that's something you've got the next day, Fit Club, or I've got the Glow Lean Challenge starting in a little bit. Anything that's coming up, including STSs and Spectacular, let them know what's available and then get them to decide. So I basically just went through my list of all the people that I knew that have free tickets that they haven't used yet, and I've just gone through and sent them an invitation for December, because if I'm going down there, I want to fill that car. I want all the seats taken if I'm going to go. So that's what you just want to just keep inviting until they tell you to stop talking to them. And I don't mean that in a pushy way. I mean that you truly care about them until you get a no, because they really need, you're helping them. You're doing them a big favor by helping them make a decision. And even when they say no, no doesn't mean no forever. One day they may be interested. Okay, so this is really important. So once you become a supervisor, you want to have a goal of doing your 2,500 volume points or more every single month, because this is what means you'll get your full royalty. So as a supervisor, if you only do 500 volume points a month, you're only going to get a 1% royalty on your supervisors underneath you. So 1,000 volume points is 2%, 1,500 is 3%, 2,000 is 4%. So to get your full 5% royalty, you need to do your 2,500 volume points every single month. So this is why it's so important. So you don't just want to be buying that every single month. You want it to be made up of a very solid business. So yes, you're going to have at least 200 plus volume points of your personal product use. So you're using the Herbalife cellular nutrition, some of the targeted products, and some of the skin and personal care range. So buy from your own store, look at what you've got in your bathroom and house. If you can replace it with a Herbalife product, just do that. Because you're going to promote, and people will do what you do. So then you have your clients you're getting each month. So your retail clients can be 600 volume points or more. And so that's just being, ears open, eyes open, listening, wearing your button, using your products, obviously, like branded bottles and things like that, sign on your car, listed in your white pages, doing flyers, whatever you've got to do, this will generate and attract clients, okay? So you want to be doing that every single month. Then you have your repeat clients, because of course people are going to love the products and they're going to repeat month after month before they're ready to upgrade as members. So that could be 600 volume points or more. Then you've got your people that have decided to become VIPs or members, and they might even want to be doing the business too, and they're ordering their products. They're probably upgrading. I do find that once someone's got a discount, sometimes they'll still spend exactly the same money or more because they're getting it cheaper, and they'll add more products in. That's very common. So you need to let them know that there's other products available, and samples, as Jan's very good at. Samples work really well. And then your house, your rooftop of your house is your upgrades and referrals. So asking, who do you know that would like to get great results like you? Who's noticed your result? Do you have any friends or family who would love to do it with you? Because we know that when people add family members and friends onto the products with them, when they do it together, they're more successful because they've got more support. They've got more like-minded people around them all doing the same thing. So this can be 500 volume points or more. And this is letting them know about other products, doing a skin party or a shake party where they get to try a brand new product, asking for referrals. Again, easy to do, easy not to do. So even a little sheet, I've got one that says, we love referrals. Let us help people you love get great results on the products, or come in for a free evaluation. And then I've just got a list of 1 to 10 and their name, number, and relationship to them. And then I'm happy to give them an incentive for that, whether it's some Herbalife cash or some sort of promotional item or an extra product. And make sure if you are going to give a product something they're not using already. So the skin, the 24, personal care, or targeted nutrition. And generally whatever you give as a gift or a referral incentive, they'll start ordering it after they've been using it. I'm sure Jan's had that happening a lot. So this here makes up your Herbalife house. So you didn't have to buy it all yourself and use it all yourself. You've got some personal use, but the rest is a balanced business, okay, a strong foundation. And the most exciting thing is when you add on the garage. You're going to love this, Lindy. So this is building your royalty income. So you do your garage. So this is when you start recruiting 2 to 4 members a month, Lindy, the ones you're going to find at the markets next week. And these people, of course, what are they going to want to do? They want to get supervisor, because you're telling them you're a supervisor. They're going to the trainings which promotes supervisor the best place to be. So they're going to start accumulating their way to supervisor, and this is going to give you your 5 to 10,000 volume points every single month, because you've got people that are moving along the marketing plan, getting to supervisor. And this is what's going to help you develop your royalty income, okay? And then you show them how to build their Herbalife house. Jan,
so that's what's going to get me to World Team before Spectacular. I love your thinking.
Yes.
Everything's possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so this is a really solid plan of getting, you through to World Team for Spectacular, absolutely. Or you can just do your 10,000 in 1 month, which sure that's what you're thinking about. So this is really important to share to people on how to build a solid 2,500 volume points or more. And I remember when I first started, I was lucky to do 500, and then all of a sudden it got to like 700 or 800, and then I got to 1,000, and then I got to 1,200. It just kept building gradually, and I could see it growing every single month. But it was really exciting. And then, you know, when you're hitting your 5,000 volume points a month, well, that's really great too, because you've got all that momentum that's built. So you need to be retailing and you need to be recruiting. Don't ever shy away from recruiting, because that's how you get your royalties. Okay, so this is the example we had a look at the other night. So I just wanted to run through it. So this is your global expansion team example, your millionaire team example, and your president's team example. So, and we're showing what's possible. Okay, the typical supervisor in Herbalife earns $800 a month plus retail income, but we want to show you what's possible, and this is available to every single person in the company. So this is once you get to supervisor and you're doing your 2,500 volume points consistently. You're leading by example. You might be doing more than 2.5, which is perfectly fine. You get 2 people and help them get to supervisor, and then you're teaching them to do their Herbalife house. They're 2,500. They get 2 supervisors each. So there's 2 here, there's 4 here, and then these 4 each get their 2 supervisors. So there's 8 here. So what's that? 12, 13. So 14 supervisors in total, all doing their 2,500 volume points or more each month. That gives you your global expansion team check, which is $4,410 a month. So it's a royalty of $3,150 and a production bonus, because there's retail, wholesale royalties and bonuses. So you get a 2% bonus of $1,260. And I also love that as you go up in the company, that the bonus ends up being more than the royalty. How exciting is that? So this is a millionaire team one. So this is 3 gets 3 gets 3, which will give you an income of $15,795. Now, do some millionaire team members earn a little bit less than that? Yes. Do some earn more than that? Yes, they do. So this is a great one to aim for the next 3 to 5 years. Why not go for this one? Just teaching people to build their Herbalife houses. Okay, and then think about the next, 3, 5, 7 years or more. What else are you going to do with the time? You may as well aim for president's team. 5 gets 5 gets 5. It's 125 people in total. It gives you a royalty of $34,875, but the production bonus, so this is when I said sometimes production bonus is bigger than the royalty, of $41,850. So that's $76,725 a month. So that's every month. And what an amazing thing to aim for. And again, we're not showing what's typical, we're showing what's possible. And there's people, on our team calls that are earning that right now. So that's really exciting. So find this in your career manual, print it out, and I would suggest here putting a photo of you in these pictures here. Okay, I know Rob and Christy Walsh did this. I know I've done this as well. So see yourself there. Do Jan McMahon's visualization technique. And I have to share something with you, Jan, is we've been playing some motivational stuff every morning on the computer. So when the girls get up, they're listening to it. And of course, sometimes it doesn't look like they're paying attention, but obviously they are. And Caitlin had this building challenge where they had to find a structure and make a structure to hold a Kit Kat up. And the highest structure won. So she said, she said, I saw myself winning. She said, I saw myself cheering and jumping up and down and going up and grabbing the Kit Kat. She said, then I got my team together and I showed them how to meditate on it and visualize them winning as well. And we won it.
Awesome.
And I said to her, oh, wow, where did you learn that? She said, well, on the computer this morning. I went, wow. I said, you know what, darling, that visualization, here's a 9-year-old. Yeah. You can do that with any area in your life. It doesn't always mean that you're going to get exactly what you want, but it sure will help you get there faster than a negative attitude. I said, awesome. I'm very proud of you. So how cool is that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Visualization at its best. I thought that was really cool. So why become a supervisor? And yeah, sometimes you might be Lindy at the back of the room with the arms crossed. There's lots of people out there like that, isn't there, Lindy? I'm going to sit at the back at the STS and see who's there with their arms crossed.
That's the one. Yep.
But of course, why wouldn't we want you to succeed? Isn't it in our best interest for you to do well?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's dubious, first off.
Yeah, Merv always used to say it. Isn't it in our best interest for you to do well? Absolutely. So if you become a supervisor, you can take full advantage of the marketing plan and maximize all areas of income. 50% retail profit, 8 to 25% wholesale profit, royalties of 5% on 3 levels, as wide as your team goes on all your supervisors, plus the ability to earn production bonuses once you become a TAB team member. You want to set a good example for your team and, lead by example and become a supervisor, and they will follow you. And they tend to copy what you do. If you do it a month, they tend to want to do it in a month. I don't know why that is, but it just goes that way. You qualify for special supervisor schools like the one that's coming up in the December STS with George Knight. There's always these different incentives you can get, and you qualify for the vacations as well. Of course, we've got Vietnam next year. So this is your road to President's Team, starts with supervisor. And guess what? All President's Team members are still supervisors. How cool is that? So this is where you want to be. So I think that might be it. I'll just flick through. Okay, yeah, so in just closing with this, your goal is to get supervisor as fast as you can, because it's the best place to be. And it's important that you make a decision on what you want to do, work with your sponsor or coach, and decide the best way for you, okay? So what's coming up, I just wanted to go through end of month. So here we are on the 26th. You've got all of this week. So you've got Friday night. Just go for it. Check your BizWorks. I know I can see everyone's been doing that. See who's close to anything. Promote your local kickoffs and STSs to get people to those as well. And if you've got team that don't live in your area, make sure they know what's close to them. The Christmas catalog's still going, so make sure you utilize some of those gifts. I've been doing that with some clients that have been reordering and they've loved it. The Adelaide Spectacular, February 9th to the 11th, so make sure you're getting organised for that. There's tickets, the regular tickets are now available for that. You can order them online on the Herbalife website. And there's lots of guest speakers, so much coming up for that, and there'll be many more things as well. The Southeast Asia Extravaganza, that should be around May. So just keep that in mind. That's for supervisors, so another reason why you would want to become a supervisor. And of course, qualifying again as supervisors and above for the vacation in Vietnam. So, and that all of that information is on myherbalife.com.au. I think I've got one more slide. I've got to start. I thought I'd finish off with Mark Hughes. So this is our founder, the person that started the company because of a tragedy in his life. And, you know, you want to keep it fun, simple and magical. You know, Herbalife is so much fun because you've got so much freedom and you're helping people, you're happy and we're healthy and positive. So yes, it might seem that we're all a little bit too happy sometimes, Lindy, but guess what? I think you're just like us now, right?
Yep, I'm ingrained.
So join the crowd that wants you to do better and wants you to grow. Keep it simple. Seriously, I actually had this dream last night that I was at this big meeting and the President's Team wanted me to, they were going through some notes with me to present, and Damien Powley was there. I'm not sure why it was Damien, but it was. And he was just going, you know, you don't even need to listen to all this. It's just use where talk. So that's what it's going to be my dream. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. You know, I just need to let people know. I just need to keep going out there and doing that. Was just a really, really amazing dream actually. And it is magical, and it might seem like we're all on happy pills, but you know what? When you give your body what it needs, it will move towards wellness. And if you feel your best, everything else is so much easier to do. You can give to your family, to your partner, back to yourself, to your community, and you can keep going, you know, towards your goals because you feel so good. So health just affects absolutely everything, I think. So I think that's all. So did everyone enjoy that?
Absolutely. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, hi, Steve. We didn't see you there.
Sorry, I was late again. Sorry.
That's okay. It's nice to have a guy on the call just to balance it up a little bit. So next week is going to be our Herbalife Opportunity Meeting. So this is just a very basic presentation I've come up with, which is I've just used all the approved things with disclaimers and everything. So I'd love you all to share your results. I will be in touch with each of you throughout the week just to get some photos. I do have photos of most of you. I think Lindy, it's just your before and after, and I'll ask Lydia and Marcel as well. So definitely get any of your team members to listen into this if you can, because it is recorded. I'll upload it in a second and convert it. I just do it on YouTube. And that's a really great one to keep sharing with people, just so they know all the different ways of going supervisor, because not everyone knows. Some people just think it's just the 3 to 12 month accumulation, but there's so much more. And if you've got some that really serious about doing it as a business, they need to know all those different ways. So thank you for always supporting the calls and that. I love the fact that I can be here in Gympie and I've got access to all the support and leadership, and I think it's fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for sharing, everyone. I'm going to finish recording. Let's have a go.